Adele from Inkie Quill, and I have an Inkie haul for you today. So I recently went to a scrapbook retreat and I bought a few goodies that I thought I would share with you. So first of all, I don't usually buy like paper kit collections. Like you can get these quite a lot here in Oz. That it's a great idea, but I seem to buy the paper pads more, and I don't know why. I really don't know why, but this one just grabbed me. It's a Cocoa Vanilla Studio You Rock. It's an older collection, and it's a boy one without green. Yes. So I jumped on it, and it says things like, "Hello, Mr. Rad." How can I not get it? So you get all of the papers plus a sticker sheet as well. And I actually sat across from Zoe from Cocoa Vanilla, who's the owner of Cocoa Vanilla, and she's my new best friend. So I had to get this because I just was excited to see a boy collection without green, but also without real like trucks and so rough and boyish and blah, because she's a little baby. I don't need the real rough and tumble stuff yet, so grabbed this one. I also got I wanted to get the Bohemian Dream version of this, but someone nabbed it just before me, so I did get the cut apart for Bohemian Dream, which is beautiful, and it's got those purples that I was talking about in my last video. That it's the Voldemort, but it's here. That's why I wanted to get it. I also grabbed the ephemera pack, which you've probably seen about. You can get Zoe ships her Cocoa Vanilla stuff internationally as well if you have a look on her website. Then embellishment wise, I got these little flowers. They're really just teeny tiny cute flowers from Prima. Are they for, it says Prima Traveller's Journal. I'm wondering if they're for traveller's notebooks, because they're quite flat. Grab those. I also couldn't go past, I haven't bought things online in quite a while, except for that Citrus Twist Christmassy stuff. So I don't have any of the Carousel line, which is very unlike me because it's mags, and you know how I love Maggie Holmes. But they had the paper pad, so I couldn't go past the paper pad. You've probably all seen it. I love that paper. And then there's another one. I don't know which one it is. I think it's that floral. I'm probably flicking past it every single time. There's a beautiful floral in here. I like this yellow one too. Very nice. I grabbed 2 packets. Sorry, this stuff's from Scrapbooking from scratch, by the way. 2 packs of the marshmallow cardstock, which is my fave. I'm just going to thunk that on the floor out of the way. At the retreat, everyone got an album as a gift, a free gift. So I was lucky enough to get the turquoise one. There was a green one, so I'm glad I didn't get that. But I'm actually going to use this. I want to do some, when I eventually catch up with this year, I do want to go back and do some childhood layouts of Aaron and I's childhood. That is 12 by 12, so stay tuned next year for a 12 by 12 series of childhood photos. Hopefully I can be caught up by then. We can hope, can't we? And then I did something naughty. I have too many Project Life core kits, and I don't like them as much anymore. I don't like that you get the same thing over and over and over again. I don't like that they're rounded. And I told myself I was never buying another one, but I bought another one. It was quite pricey, but I did it because it was the Gather crepe paper one. And I looked at the back, and it was just too pretty and too me, I guess, to leave there. So I'm going to work out a way to use them. I'm going to go through. I probably will destash a portion of it. So, by the way, I have a lot of Project Life. I probably have about 20 different core kits. I probably have almost every core kit except any that are really brown or really green. Because when I started Project Life, I thought you had to buy the core kits and you had to do it the way that it had to be done. Not realizing that you buying one core kit could do you for life. So I am looking to de-stash them. So I don't know the best way to do that. Would it be through my Facebook page? Should I do them on Etsy? Should I do them on my website? Should I do videos here and have people comment sold? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below if you'd be interested in buying sections of core kits, because they are great, but you only need a small section. You don't need the whole thing. I grabbed some thickers. These ones I've had before. They're called Wonder. I always get confused. I know this is silly because I'm a teacher and I should know this, but I get confused between the words wander and wonder. Wonder. Because wander has an A, but it sounds like it should be an O. And wonder has a O, but it sounds like it should be a U. And it just confuses my brain. So every time I say the words wander and wonder, I kind of have to stop for a minute and remember which version it is. It's my first Inkie Quill work day for a long time, guys. My brain's not switched on yet. But these are called Wonder. And the thing that I like about them is that they're small and that you get a ton of letters. Like, you really do get a lot. You're not going to run out too quickly because some thickers, I find that I run out just by doing 2 titles of E's and A's and S's and T's and Y's. They never put enough Y's in. This one's called Skylar, and it's just these beautiful scripty little titles. I don't know what collection that goes with. If anyone knows if that's tied with a collection, let me know. Then I got something I've been umming and ahhing about for a long time, and that is the it's just Ranger. We've gone out of focus. The Ranger, what's it called? Non-stick craft sheet, which looks like this. It's a horrible colour, really, Ranger. You could have made it a bit of a prettier colour. But I used it at the Diane Reevely class that I did, and I always thought that it was just like just a mat, but it did blow my mind a little bit how you can just wipe stuff off it so easily, including the dilution stuff, which does tend to stain. So I treated myself to one of these because I think it will get used very well. Next up, I got some like arty mixed media kind of things. Now, I have enough gesso in my giant bottles to last me a lifetime, but I bought these because I want a travel size one that I can take with me. My bottle, hang on, let me get my one. It's giant. Okay, so this is my current bottle of gesso, and this is the baby gesso. So what I plan to do is to use this one when I go anywhere, go to retreats, go to crops, or if I take stuff like out in the open, which I'm planning on doing, I can take this one and then just fill it up when it runs out. So I got the clear and the white. The Liquitex does seem to be my favourite gesso. To tell you the truth, I've only tried like 3 before. But the clear gesso is quite gritty, and I do like that grittiness. If you're not a gritty person, you might want to try a different brand, but I much prefer it over Matisse or Montmartre, or what was the other one I tried? There was another one as well. But yeah, and it's just easy to get here in Australia too. I grabbed a couple of the dilution sprays. I got the Funky Fuchsia and the Bubblegum Pink because I'm running low, and another of the white. I grabbed a thick pink Posca pen, so it's 1.8 to 2.5 millimeters, because I have the skinny one, but I wanted a fat one. I also grabbed a white crayon. I'm going to do some things with the white crayon. You'll see those coming up. And then, this is probably my favourite purchase out of the whole thing. This is a And by the way, I'm not sponsored by any of this. I bought this with my own money, got the same prices as everyone. I just like to share what I've got so that you might find something new that you like, and find out what's available near you. This is the Prima Media silicone brush, and it's the 1-inch one, and oh, it's really nice. So I was using this for doing some paint in the backgrounds, and I loved it so much that I had to, oh no, this is the 2-inch, sorry. Of course that's not an inch, Adele. This is the 2-inch, which is my fave, and then I bought the 1-inch as well. So these were, I think they were $10 each, which is a bit pricier than I usually buy for like a paintbrush. But I absolutely love them. So if you're looking for something different, the paint goes on really well, but you don't need as much paint, and I found that out the hard way. I also got these, which I've been looking at for a while. They're the Dina Wakley Media Tools, and they're the same kind of silicone things. Let me see if I can do the beauty guru, beauty YouTuber thing where they put everything behind in front of their hands. So they have different ends that you can like do marks with. I'd probably use this to do some little like paint marks, and then this one you'd be able to scribble. So look forward to experimenting with those. Then I grabbed the Foodball 1.5 pen, which I've heard a lot about. It is a lovely pen. It's nice and thick. It's a gel, I think it's a gel pen, and I've heard a lot about it, so I thought I'd give it a go. Grabbed a couple of stencils from Darkroom Door, which I found out is local to me. I never knew that it was only like 10 minutes away. So, I mean, they're warehousey bit. I think they'll be really cute silhouetted in black. I grabbed this stamp for Aaron and I to share, which is like a map. It's a map stamp. And then, oh, the last thing I got was a couple of more of my favourite Tim Holtz tiny alphas, and I think that's it. But I bought something before I went to the retreat. Last time, I've been wanting to get a light for ages for my desk, because while you're at the retreats, they do have the lights on in the hall, but it gets, when you're up late at night, like one night we were up till 3 AM, it does get a bit hard to see your desk. So I got this from Spotlight, and it was on, I think it was $40 on sale for $25, and it's got a USB end, so you charge it up, and then I think it's got maybe like 3 or 4 hours life in it if you unplug it, and it is fantastic. So I know there's expensive lights that you can get that will probably be way better, but for $25 on sale, it's a fantastic little light that I definitely am glad that I bought. So I'll even be using that, I think, in here. It will be helpful. And does it still have, no, I've used up all the battery. No. But yeah, and it's easy to chuck in your bag too, because you can bend it down. But that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed my little looky at my stash. I am looking to do some mixed media layouts with this stuff. Make sure that you follow my second channel, Let's Get Inky, because I'll be doing an art journal page with this. Oh, and I did get something else. Hang on. I forgot about it. I got another art journal because, you know, don't have enough art journals on the go at the moment. Currently, this is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is number 9, 10. Sorry, this is number 10. And it's the Dina Wakley one that has all the different papers in it. Now, I will be honest, I'm not in love with it yet. I probably will, if you'd like me to do like a kind of a review on what I think of this on my second channel, let me know, because if you haven't seen it before, it's got paper, it's got hessian, and it's got this canvas as well. Now I've done a couple of bits and pieces in here. There is one. So I've done a few little bits and pieces, but yeah, it's different to work in. So if you'd like me to do a bit more of a comprehensive review and talk about it and maybe show how I've been using it, some tips to use it, let me know, because I'm not a giant fan yet. There's always room for growth. Alright guys, that is all I got. I will see you all very, very soon. Bye!